Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about imposter syndrome, what it is, and some clear actionable ways that we can overcome it. So I know a lot of people have felt imposter syndrome and have been dealing with it, and they don't really like to talk about it openly because I know that it makes people feel very vulnerable when they do talk about it, because it talks about identifying your weaknesses and making it clear that you don't actually think that you're right for the job that you're in. So I thought I'd like to try and break down some of those barriers today and talk a little bit about my experiences and what I've used to overcome imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome is that feeling of I'm not good enough, I don't know what I'm doing, everyone's going to figure out that I have no idea why I'm here and I'm an imposter. I don't deserve this job. So it's a very unhealthy mindset, as you can imagine, and it really undermines the way that you go about doing your job, and it doesn't let you do your job the best way possible. So for me, I've really clearly felt this about 18 months ago. So I know that I can often come across as quite confident in the workplace, but when I first started in my current role as a graduate project manager, I felt so far out of my depth. A bit of background, I have a bachelor's degree in interior architecture, so nothing to do with engineering, nothing to do with technology. I've worked in our facilities department at the same company for a couple of years prior to this, so I'd had some small project experience working on facilities projects, but no engineering project. I didn't feel that I had much room to grow, and I just felt like I had so much more potential than what I was getting in that role, so that's why I applied for the job. And I did get it. So when I started, I think I was about a week or two in, and I was sitting in a meeting with a bunch of engineers. I was the youngest person in the room by far, the only woman, the only non-engineer, and I just thought to myself, oh my god, what have I done? I don't understand anything anyone's saying. Everything's so far over my head, and I was too scared to even ask any questions because I didn't want anyone to figure out that I had no idea what I was doing. So I have a master's degree in project management, so I've got a lot of knowledge in the area, but I don't have a lot of background experience. So I found that I was lacking in the confidence to step up and take charge, and I think that that comes with experience, and I know it does, but I just couldn't step out of my comfort zone enough. And I think that this imposter syndrome was really holding me back because I didn't want to look stupid, and I didn't want anyone to figure out that I didn't believe that I should be there. Now, how did I overcome this? So now, 18 months later, I'm quite confident and comfortable in my role, but it did take a long time to get to this point. So I was really lucky in that a lean-in session was occurring right when this problem was at its worst. So I attended the lean-in session, which is an all-women's group where we discuss topics like this, and this month it was centered around your inner critic, your inner demons, imposter syndrome, and overcoming this issue. So it was the perfect timing for me, and it really helped me, and I thought I'd really love to share that information with you guys and share how I've overcome my inner demons. So as always, the first step is identifying your triggers. So understanding at what points your inner critic comes out the most. A lot of people find that it's when they get tired and stressed. I know that for myself personally, when I haven't had a chance to plan something out properly, or if something doesn't quite go to plan, I tend to spiral a little bit. And I know as well, a massive trigger for me is when I have to ask for help. That's a big one, and I really dread it, and it really brings out my inner critic. The next step is to identify the negative soundtracks that play the most in your head. So these are the things that you continually tell yourself and keep bringing yourself down with. The things like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this job, I'm not smart enough, I shouldn't be here. Write down these negatives and then write down a counter argument to them. So things like, I do deserve this job. These are all the things that I've achieved while I've been here. I got this job on my merits, and these are the reasons why. Writing them down and writing out the counter arguments takes away a lot of the power, and it also serves as a really good reminder when they pop up in your head as well. And it changes the way that you think when they do pop up, and you can easily then counteract them. The next step is to ask when you think about the past. So what this means is you don't want to dwell on things that haven't gone well in the past. This means not just focusing on all the negatives and going, this didn't work out, this wasn't bad, and letting it linger Instead of taking this negative approach, ask questions. What could I have done to improve? How could I have planned for this better? What could I have done to make this a more successful outcome? Changing your mindset and changing the way that you think about things into a more productive and growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. So then the final thing to do is to talk to yourself in third person, in your head, not out loud. So it might feel a little bit wanky, but it really does help to detach yourself from the situation, and it helps to think about things a little bit more from a different perspective. So instead of sitting there and going, oh my god, how am I going to get this done? Oh my god, I didn't do this well. Think about it more as in like, Morgan, how are you going to get this done? Morgan, what could you have done to plan that better? Morgan, what are you going to do to make this better? This will give you a little bit more of an objective view on those thoughts, and it won't get you so riddled with anxiety and stress. I honestly believe that this is something that we're going to have to deal with from time to time, but I think that once we've got these management techniques under our belt, it'll be something that we have to deal with less and less. Now, if you do struggle with confidence in the workplace, I do have another video on confidence, so I've linked it down below, and there's a lot of tips and tricks in there to boost your confidence in the workplace. Now, I'd really love to hear your stories on imposter syndrome and how you've managed to overcome it, so please do comment below with those and any tips that you've got for everyone else on how to overcome imposter syndrome. Now, if you liked this video and like videos like this, please give me a thumbs up. That would be really awesome, and do subscribe to my channel because I upload new videos every Sunday afternoon. I also have an Instagram account, mindful_and_messy, and I'll see you all again next week. Thanks guys, bye.